Hi friends, this is MD Vegan. Today I make a very easy salad, another variation for my Mexican avocado dressing, and I have some left here. I showed you in another video how to make it, and it's really delicious. And it was for 3 days in the fridge now, and I tasted it. It's so delicious, really amazing. Well, one could rearrange it a little bit, depending on the salad you make. Today I make this one. I have a sorry for being out of the picture for a second. I have a nice bowl here, and I have endives here. Yeah, endives. They cut the small stripes. Yeah, they are the whole leaves and then the stripes. Very easy. And together with some parsley. And endives, as well as parsley, they both like the sour flavor. You have here some julienne carrots, also very quick to make if you have a sharp knife and some skills. I show you in other videos. Oops, and here celery. I have celery. Just some ringlets. All very easy and quick to make. And half an onion. And some hazelnuts. See, hazelnuts. Just halve them a little bit with a knife, with a sharp knife. It's very easy. Just touch them barely and they spring apart. And now my dressing. You could change a little bit. You could alter the flavor a little bit. Maybe just put it into the dressing. Take out all of it. It is so yummy, so delicious. Really, you have to try it. It's one of my best dressings now. I will put some more salt to make it a little bit more sour or salty. See? According to my endives. They like it. The endives. And now toss it carefully. Well, from the outside in. Down the sides, and inside it would come up again. And if you go slow, very careful, then you avoid mostly throwing something over the rim. And at a certain point, for some time, you have to be patient. All nicely combined, and that's very important in a salad. That's all the parts, all the small pieces, nicely cut before, get marinated and coated with the dressing. That's why, because the dressing coats everything, it has to be a little bit more spicy, over-seasoned when you make a dressing, because it is a dressing. It dilutes the flavor in the salad. So this is what I have here, and I tell you, I'm lucky to have all these wonderful ingredients here. Every day, these wonderful green salads. Can you see? Isn't that nice? And it's so easy and so healthy. And very delicious. Enjoy and subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. I have juiced everything, all my produce. So after the theory, now we have the practical part. First I gave you the idea of juice fasting, gentle juice fasting or triangular moon fast. And now I show you the result of a juice I just made. And I did it the first time I made this juice. And of course I have a lot of juice in it, almost 2 liters here. I have 2 containers. But they have been juiced in different batches, in 2 batches, so I don't know if both are tasting the same. So I will have to mix them. First taste the last batch. Wow, that's a very zing. Nice. Oh, amazing. I love it. Now the first batch. It should be different. I tell you why. several reasons. Oh yeah, very different. Also excellent. So you could drink both of these. And while I mix it, I have 3 containers here. 2 pitchers and the container from the juicer. I use it now to mix both. So I half of the first and half of the second. And then I pour everything into the second. And pour half of the first mixture into the first. You can follow. And then, again, mix everything. And now I take the second container, the second pitcher, to mix everything. And then everything should be the same juice. Oh. I guess so. Once more. And now we should have 2 pitchers with the same juice. I taste it again. Kind of tricky, I know, but it's every time it's an adventure. I do these things. Yeah, very nice indeed. And here, well, almost the same, but very, very wonderful. Both are very wonderful. Here's a little bit more lemon than the peel. I added a little bit of the peel here. That is something you could also try. Here, the peel of the lemon, just the peel. There are very nice nutrients in the peel, but if you take too much of the peel, it comes through very strong in the juice, and you have to have a very special flavor. Taste buds have to be very trained, so to say, to like that. So I be very careful with the peel. For example, if I have strong greens, intense like kale or so, I don't use that much of a peel because that is strong enough. And with the cucumber, very easy, the very gentle flavor. That's why cucumber as well as carrot, both are very easy to juice. And if you begin juicing, you would always begin with cucumber or with carrot juice, also with beet juice. A little bit more difficult, but also it's a classic. Yeah, all these classics are very easy to juice because it is easy to juice the cucumber. There's almost only water in the cucumber, as well as the beet and the carrot. Very easy to juice. You get a lot of juice out of the trester. Here, this is the trester I kept from juicing all this, almost 2 liters, maybe 1.7 or 8 or so. And I had to juice it several times. That goes back into the juicer, so I have more juice. Also, it changes, of course, the flavor of the juice. And when I'm finished, I can put it all into a green bag. That's a waste bag. And it's recyclable, if you can recycle it. And all that trester goes into here, into the bag. And that can sit there for, I would say, at least a month. So when I juice once a week, or maybe 2 or 3 months even. So if I juice once a week for my gentle juice fasting, this would fill up for a while, and once it's full, or it begins to sweat. So sometimes it begins to sweat after 1, 2 months, 3 months, and then you have to stop because then it begins to decompose. So you have to bring it out of the garden and dig it in the earth where the plants grow. And the plants like it. I tell you, they begin to grow wildly once you put this into the earth. So it's a very good fertilizer. I always use it so I have no waste from juicing. And that's the practical part of the juicing. I want to say something, and if you are already interested in juicing in my recipes and you already know about juicing and about fasting, they don't need to listen anymore. But for those who would like to have a short insight into how juice fasting works, gentle juice fasting especially, you can stay for a while longer. I will explain a little bit how I do it and how we learn it in a tree yoga. So, what you have to do first is you have to plan. Yeah? You plan about your fasting, because you have to remember It is a regular practice. It takes the whole life. It is a firm part of your diet, of my diet. I talk about myself, it's better. You can do the same or make a variation, doesn't matter, better I talk about myself, okay? Yeah, I'm more peaceful. So, for me, juice fasting, gentle juice fasting has become a part of my regular diet. Diet is eating and drinking, but also the part of a diet is not eating. So to make a break, yeah, to have a rest, it's also part of the diet. And I do that every day. When I go to bed, at night, I sleep and I rest. That's very important for the digestion, for the whole system, to rest. We all know that. Without sleep, it's almost impossible to survive. So the mind needs it, and our body also as well. So, and when we do the fasting, we expand these phases of resting. We do take a whole part of the week, or one day, one full day, from the morning, from the sunset to the from the sunrise to sunset, and don't eat anything. We don't give any work to the intestines, and so that has to be a regular process. It gives you a rhythm to your life, and so you have to plan it in advance. And that's the first practical point. You have to plan which nutrients you buy in the shop, which vegetables and fruit and herbs and so. And you have to plan that you have that single day free, or to at least you have some time at that day, so it wouldn't conflict with your other duties or what you want to do in your regular life. So that is very important, to plan it and to fix a date for that you can do it every day. So it's a firm part of your nutrition and of your life. That's the first part. And then I have to get the produce from the shop. Once I want to make a juice fasting day, I need to have ready my vegetables and my fruit. And it should be, I can drink water all day. Yeah, that would be very hard. And I can take the juices, that will be very delightful. And if I'm a beginner, I love to drink more juices, of course. I can drink 3 or 2 or 4 liters of juice. That's a lot of work, a lot of produce. But if I want to do that, I have to go to the shop and get my veggies right. So I get it into my shop. I get it into my house, and I wash it. I cleanse it. I build it up in a nice pile, and I see the colorful produce in front of my eyes. And I prepare every single juice, as you've seen before, in my little containers here, my bowls, so that everything gets nice and systematically ordered. So organization is the very important part. So once you organize everything and you have your juice, you have to know, okay, now I have the juice, but which kind of juices should that be? So the best juice I know is the green juice, of course, because the greens are the most potent nutrients in the world for us, I would say. The chlorophyll is the perfect complement to what we do as humans and animals. The animals and the humans, they eat plants, and they breathe oxygen in and exhale carbon dioxide. So the plants do it all the other way around. Yeah? So the plant kingdom and the animal and the human kingdom are totally complementary. So it's the perfect part for us, the perfect food for us, plants, because they have the exact opposite system. Yeah, works the system. So they inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen, the plants, the trees, for all we know. So that is a very good part, and it the same mirrors in the system of the body and with how we digest food. It works in the same way. We don't go into the details now. You can read about it, or I can give you more information at a different place. But now, for the general idea, that's why it's so important for us to have these wonderful plants, and why it's the perfect meal for us, the perfect food for us. So the next thing is the greens. Yeah, the major part of the plant kingdom for us is the basic fruit juices for us. But you can do any kind of juices. You can do red juices, green juices, yellow juices. So that is very nice every color, each color has a different signature for our well-being. These are called phytonutrients. The colors are made of phytonutrients that are as opposed to vitamins, not vital. The vitamins are vital. That means we need them for survival. But the phytonutrients are not vital. But they are very important nutrients too. And the colors, for example, they care for our skin, for our eyes, for our night sight, for how well we sleep, how we age, and so many things are in the phytonutrients. And that's why it's important to look for the color. And the color can also be a good consultant if you want to create a new recipe. You look which colors fitting together. Yeah? So today we made a very funny combination. We combined carrot, it's an orange color, the beta-carotene, and that is a different phytonutrient than what we have in the chlorophyll, the green. Very different. And you see, the color here is also a little bit strange. It's green, yes, but you see it already begins to filter a little bit. Here is the orange more, here's the green more. It's a combination of green and orange. I like this color. It's a nice one. It's like olive, I would say, a little bit. And you can have a very nice combination from color, but it's not like a radiant green or radiant yellow or orange. It's different. It's a mixture. A very nice one, though. But you see, it's all in the flavor. You have to try that flavor. It's very extraordinary. You can taste it. You can taste the difference here. So that should be enough for the different kinds of juices you can make. Every juice, every color has different effect on your body and your system, and you have to decide according to your needs and to your wishes what to drink when. For example, I like to start with a red juice in the morning. I need some. When I do my yoga practice, I need a red juice with a red beet and orange probably, and I have so much power and earth and grounding. I can do so many things, yeah? And so on. These kind of things you can think about. And at night, for example, I like to make a nut milk. That's also a kind of juice. When the nuts are blended with water and maybe a little spice, a date or so, then you can filter it through a nut milk bag. You get out the fiber and have only the nutrients in the nuts. And you drink it, you have a wonderful dessert. This gives you a great, a broad and a gross array of things you can drink. So that's the part of the drinking, the juicing and the organizing. And then when it comes to the juicing, when you have the juices ready and you drink it, you have to be, of course, I would recommend to drink very slowly because they are so high in nutrients, so potent. So you want to digest it, you want to drink it very slowly and really enjoy every single bit of it. And what we don't want in the juice fasting, in the gentle juice fasting, that we get a headache or feel nauseous or tired or, food cravings too much. That's why we take all these juices, because they have these wonderful nutrients and make us happy, delightful. Feel delightful. So if you begin to have these symptoms, you don't feel well, you don't feel great, then you just add maybe a little soup, a hot soup, a light soup, or a light little salad, something very, a smoothie, yeah, something you can easily digest, but gives you something to work and takes some of the pressure from your psyche. Because of course, if you do the fasting regularly, you begin a process of self-reflection. So the body is, you are just confronting with yourself, you turn inside, like we do in yoga. Always, yoga is the journey inside, the inner journey to yourself, to find your true being, who you are, yeah, blissful being, eternal and full of all the knowledge. That's what we really are according to the yogic scriptures. And they have a lot of experience and insight. And well, the juice fasting is a way towards a way toward this goal, and a very good one. I've been doing it for 4 years now. Every single week, I don't miss a single one, I guess. And if once a friend comes over, I'm invited to a birthday party or so, I skip it. I don't care. Maybe I do only half a day. Then I go to the party and I eat with my friends. Then the friends will ask surprisingly, I thought you were juice fasting today. Is that kind of juice fasting, eating the cake with us? I say, friends, don't take it so serious. It's all fun. It's about the regular practices, the big thing, the big play. If I do it every week, one day, it doesn't matter if a party is there and I socialize a little bit. To me, that's more important to be with my friends together than to be a strict juice faster. No, the juice fasting has a big effect, and you can feel it after a while. The body tunes in, and you feel the fasting day coming. You feel that you want to let go. You don't want to eat anymore. You just want to go meditation. You want to do some art, writing, painting. You don't make music, create a new recipe. You feel that. I'm sure that because that's a simple law of nature. With the habitude that comes. So we know about the juice fasting a little bit, about the kind of juices we take, of the preparations, the organization. But now the most important part is, the really crucial part is, when you stop fasting and begin eating again. Classically, that's been called breaking of the fast. That's the very most important thing. Yeah? The same. Because once you begin to eat and you just follow your inner voice, you will eat so much, because the body is so strong, yeah, and will always break your will. Because you took something from it before, what it was used to, and you had to struggle it a little bit. There was a little competition is going on while fasting. There comes an old memory or an old custom you have forgotten about. It shows up, maybe a monster of the past, of your own past. It comes up and wants to scare you. These kinds of fights, inner fights, are going on during fasting. And it's very interesting. We don't want to make it too drastic, too dramatic. We want to keep it low and gentle, very like a play more. It's more play with fun and delight. But when you stop fasting and eat again, all these things come up with huge power. And if you are not aware of it, not prepared for it, you will fall for it. There is no way you can escape. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 people of 100 can do it, but most of the people will fall. It's so hard because the body is so strong and so clever. He knows so many tricks, you have no idea. It's subconsciousness. Subconsciousness is so tricky. It's more than your consciousness. Conscious is small, subconscious is big. Like the iceberg, So that's the whole story. So if you stop fasting and begin to eat, even after a single day of juice fasting, I always make a resolve. I say I have maybe three meals a day, for example, just take a number, and a breakfast and a dinner and a lunch and a dinner. So I plan. For the breakfast, I eat only an apple. I enjoy it greatly, I smell it, I eat it slowly, and I stop eating. I just let my system work, and then the cravings come. For sure, I want to eat more, but I know, no, that's just an illusion. That's not real, because your body just wants to trick you. It wants to go back to where you were before. No, you don't do it. You just stop, and with this apple, and you wait until lunchtime comes. And then you eat your small little salad, for example. Light meal, not too heavy, not too much protein, not too much fat. Just go slow when you begin to make your intestine gently turn over to the next system, to the next. It's a different feeling. If you eat, you have different kind to take in energy than if you not eat. When you not eat, you take the energy more from above, the light. If you eat, you take the energy more from the earth. So this different approach that will reflect in your feelings also, and so give the system time to change, to transform, to go over to the next system, to the next situation when you eat again. So the next meal is only a little salad, for example, and then you don't eat, you don't take snacks, just a little bit juice, or you make a nice tea, a hot tea, or a milk, for example, a plant-based milk. Then you have some snack in between, that liquid. That's not so hard on the system. It doesn't make you fill up. It doesn't make you stuck, feel stuck and heavy. And then you have something for dinner. And then after the first day is over, and you have everything controlled with your food, the second day will be easy. Then you made it. But the first day after the fasting is a critical one, especially even if you only fast for 1 day. So that's what I experienced, and it always tries to trick me. Always, even after 30 years of fasting almost. I've been fasting for 30 years, very disciplined, like a yogi in the books, read it, and I was always very disciplined in that. That's why I can do that very nicely, very easily. But it's very tough for me to be controlled, not to eat too much. I mean, different people have different experience and different personalities and feelings and habits. For me, that's not so easy, and I guess many people are like me in that. So, very important, the breaking of the fast. And then you've done that, you can be looking forward to the next fasting day and enjoy your life. And so I say goodbye to you for today. I just show you once more what the juice looks like. Here, this wonderful juice with the two colors, orange and green. You see? I can't really determine what kind of color it is. I only see two colors in it. Isn't that nice? A wonderful color and a wonderful flavor. I taste it once again. Wow. Totally gourmet recipe. So many flavors, like a flower, a blossom, opens up. Juice fasting day, okay? I'm sensitive. And I cannot determine what's inside. That's a gourmet recipe. Friends, try it. Tell me what you feel about it. And see you very soon. Subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And we can learn cooking together, making new recipes, and even juice fasting together.